Good evening, Wandering Beekeeper here. Welcome, welcome. A wild Alice has appeared. Beekeeper uses greetings. It's effective. It's been a long couple of days. Been a very long couple of days. Probably should do the content warning first. I am an old queer man who lives in a state with legal weed. And I'm willing to bet it's that statement that gets me marked for drug use. I have volatile political opinions and am not averse to sharing them without preface, meaning I spout off about whatever blinks into my head, and it costs a lot. So, I think I've covered everything. Yeah, this is a dark ride. Ah, been actually a lot of fun the last 2 days, but I am wore the fuck out. Oh my god, I am wore out. We were going to do a couple things today that I just did. I was in spoon debt from yesterday. This weekend, Olympia, Washington takes Earth Day and the weekend surrounding Earth Day much more seriously, and yet in a much more silly way than any place I have ever lived. The city puts up Earth Day flags down the main streets like you get Christmas banners in some places. Um, Friday night was um, the procession of the lanterns, and there was a parade of people with paper lanterns that they had made themselves in the shape of animals and stars and whatever else struck their fancy on long bamboo poles. Very Japanese, Chinese kind of, paper lantern parade. And there were some pretty fancy things as well. This one person had built a snake of paper mache, and done it in segments mounted on toy wagons linked together so that the snake was articulated in like 4 segments long. And they towed the snake by the handle of the front wagon for the parade. Cool thing being, this is just a thing the people of Olympia do. It is not an official city event. The city grants a permit for the parade, and for the and the cops come through on bicycles and make sure that the route is clear, and they set up the roadblocks to mark off the route. There's no corporate sponsorships. There's no city money involved. It's just a thing that's kind of self-organized. And then Saturday in the day is the procession of the species, which is a full-on American-style parade with floats and everything. No motorized floats allowed. Floats are all towed by people or pushed. There are giant puppets. There was a giant puppet of a monarch butterfly that took 7 people to operate it, and it was flittering down the street and occasionally perching on a lamppost or a tree and flapping its wings like butterflies do. Just amazing stuff. And again, no corporate sponsorship, no city money, just a thing the people of Olympia wanted to do for Earth Day, so we did it. It was a hell of a thing. I've got a lot of photos, I've got some video. I'm going to be working over the next week or so to try and get all this stuff put up. Whew. But going and doing all this stuff and going to see the parades was exhausting. We didn't have camp chairs. So, yeah, the long, prolonged standing, I am beat. I'm 63 years old after all. I said I was old. Okay, so, been a long day, been a long week, been a long weekend. Let's see, where am I? I should be. Hello? Game? Game? There we go. There we go. Music starts, and we have screen. Whew. Had me worried there for a second. I have had a few dropped frames here. I am displeased. Yesterday morning's Stellaris Old Man Yells at Void Cloud had to be scratched shortly after the opening credits because the dropped frame rate went up to 86, 87%. I mean, you can't stream at that. I'm at 0.3% right now. I had 133 frames drop. This is really loud here. I'm gonna hit the settings and just bring the master in general down. There we go. Loud locally and was like I had turned the mixer down, trying to get the audio rebalanced after. Some settings are local, you know? Oh shit, my heat. Come on. Come on, don't you do it. Let's reconfigure the fan, make sure. Okay, there we go. There we go. Watch that. Hui. Alright, now, this is restarting a day, I think. I'm not really. Yeah, we just finished building that. Enza needs a day to finish. I've delivered her the fish. I got to have 5 honeycombs, which means I got to just wait for my bees. I got 1 beehive. I don't think I have. That's a sponge. Yeah, I don't think I have extra honeycomb stashed anywhere. Say hi to Bun. Yeah. I am really afraid of the heat on this thing, and we'll see what happens. Please, 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 please. Come on, let me get one stream out. It's been exasperating of late. Ooh, I got more capacity now. I got 2 more panels of pantry capacity. Oh, shit. Oh. Whew, I thought I was shutting down. I'm sorry, In Vernon, we had a winter carnival, but it was put on by Lions Club in the Order of Japo. Don't remember if it has or had corporate sponsors, but same kind of energy. Okay, we are redoing the cutscene with Knock that we did last time. We have restarted the day. I'm rechecking my fan positioning. Make sure I've got maximum impact here. Get my hand out of the way and the mouse out of the way. Okay, so. Pardon me being a little worried about cooling here. I've got another fan on order. It'll be delivered on Wednesday, theoretically. And I'm going to put that in the window, make it an exhaust fan, and try and get some of the hot air out of here. I guess I should, talk less on stream. But, speaking of hot air, Jen says knock. Knock is rummaging in a bag. Jen walks closer. Knock in all capitals. He is clearly very cross. What, says Knock, rolling his eyes. He continues to rummage in the bag. Jen, still looking very cross, says we should be out in the forest by now. Knox says I can't find my supplies. Jen says your spear is behind you. It is, in fact, laying on the ground behind him. Grob is standing by. Knox says, my what? Turns around, says, not that. And goes back to rummaging in the bag. Jen looks at Grob. Grob is now sweating. Jen says, there's nothing to be afraid of. Grob and I will be there. Knox says, a bland rabbit is plenty to be afraid of. Grob says, we need to get going. Let's see, Order of Jopo, is the local clown committee. I also leave my spear behind me sometimes. Yeah, Grob's trying to kind of back Jen up. We need to get going. Can you stop pressuring me, says Knock. Jen walks closer. You're an adult now, Knock. It's time you get out and looks over at Grob, and Grob says, participate in the clan? It wasn't quite. Grob is now looking like he's really trying to work on the yes man role and says, as an adult? Trying to get the wording Knock once, or Jen once, excuse me. I know you help your mother, says Jen. It's just time you do things on your own. On my own, says Knock, by going with you on a hunt. He's clearly rolling his eyes here. Jen's like, why don't we try again later when you need less stuff? Knock says, how would I... Fine. Alright, says Jen. He's looking worried here. Knock is not like him, and it's weirding him out or something. Do you think I help with the clan? Knox says. I say, of course. I have, of course, an in your own way, which sounds passive aggressive. Of course. I'm going to be supportive here. I wish he could see that. Why can't he see I'm not like him? Okay, I got two possibilities. He thinks you're afraid to go, or talk to him. I'm going to go with talk to him. Isn't it obvious? No. Then again, he did think I should go to the Battle of Wits. Yeah, we sent Garrick, and Garrick trounced the other tribes, the clans, whatever the term is. And I'm trying to stick to the in-game terminology. They're pretty cool. I need to stress cook. Oh, yay! I'm sorry, but oh, yay. If Knock is stress cooking, there's actually benefits there. Let's see, what do we got here? We got poo. Anything indoors? We got poo. No, we got fur and egg. I'll come back for egg if I need egg. Egg can stay where egg is. Got plenty of fur here. I need to probably clean out some of the fur. So I'm going to grab this one and this one, the lower quality ones, and drop them in the bin on the way by. Okay, shearing is now being done by the kids. They have learned how to shear. Have nice amount of hay. We have, Ibex, female parent. Who have I got? I got a Gen 3. Male parent, I got a Gen 2. That's going to get me a Gen 4. Let's do this. Okay. Off we go. Onward, onward, onward. Check here. Just poke in. And I got... Oh, I definitely want this. I'll come back for that later. This is going to go for trade goods. Yep. Oh boy. It's another butternut squash day. Alrighty, what have I got here? I got Bupkis. I gotta go see Uncle Igrork. We'll give Uncle Igrork a few minutes to show up and make sure he's there. Oh boy, is it also corn? I think it is also corn day. There we go. Remember how the controls work here. Alright. Here's Uncle Igrork. How you doing? So, let's see. I want buckwheat as much as you'll sell me. Let's go with buckwheat for right now, and I'm also going to lay in some cabbage and some fennel. Okay, but I want to go with buckwheat right now. It is in fact corn day. Corn knowledge has increased to 4. But I am a little overdone on the corn. Let's see, let's go on and plant more corn. A little bit. And I'll come back for the chili peppers and onions. And see that looks like there's some of those. Okay. This, and that. This, and that. Okay. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay. I have empty slots, therefore I picked up everything and don't have any drops. Star quality corn goes to my house. Thank you. That's the first corn I've gotten, and it's gonna get me a recipe. I'm very happy about that. There we go. Okay, back over. It is 1:45. I'm gonna go to the jungle. Let's see what I can harvest there. Today is a point building day. While I pick up on where we are in the meta plot. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm gonna pause game a second here. My heat is going up, and I'm really deeply concerned. This does not look good. Does not look good at all. Damn it. Don't know. There's much else I can do. Open up the window a bit more, and I can push the blinds up and unblock the windows. Maybe I can get a little more cool air through the room. I really need that window exhaust fan. So I'm going to sit here with my fingers crossed and hope that putting the game on pause a second will help. See if things cool down any in the next few minutes. Just given my quip about hot air earlier, I probably should be. Come on, come on. I absolutely have got to come up somehow with the cash to get a desktop machine if I'm going to continue streaming. This laptop just is overburdened at this point, and it's had so many heat shutdowns that I've got a couple of keys that don't work now. I've run a memory test. There's been no memory corruption thus far. Putting that in to try and ward off Murphy. I'm about to build a real-world shrine to St. Viticon at this point. It seems to work for Minecraft servers. I build a shrine to St. Viticon in the game world, and the server quits acting up. Oh, while we're waiting, and we'll talk a little bit about servers and about a host. Mint Servers, which is a Minecraft host, and that is admittedly has robust connections and is quick to support while you're paying. They have a 5-day data retention limit if you miss a payment. The admin of the Pixelmon server that I'm an admin, I was an admin on, still am, I guess. I'm still on the team. The government shorted him on a check, and he had to go fight about it, and couldn't pay the Minecraft server bill. And holy cats, 5 days later, the server's wiped. And he didn't have a local copy of the most recent backup. He's beating himself up a bit about that. I'm trying to not bring it up because, you know, I'm not going to encourage another person's suffering. But, let's see, that is wild, negative, yes, it is. Oh, come on, come on. Well, the tachometer doesn't seem to be budging too much in terms of like easing back. I don't know. That red edge is kind of gone, but we've been sitting here with no change to it for a few, so I'm gonna try getting back to what I was doing. At the very least, let's talk to Voda here and go collect cassava seeds. And it is time to think about chickens. And thinking about chickens means that I gotta go harvest some veg in order to gain the points that I need here. Let's see. I got 2 spaces. Let's pop down here and see what's in here. Anything? Nothing. Okay. Hooey. I think I had a drop there. No matter, I'm going to come back anyway. It is often time to think about chickens. Yeah, I was thinking about chickens this morning. Was it Tractor Supply? Went there because I'm keeping the star quality. And bouncing back over here to, oops, no, damn it. Was it Tractor Supply because that's where the pop-up vet clinic sets up, and the 2 dogs, well, my spouse's dogs needed lots. So yeah, I heard something you picked up. While we were there, I went and got a new belt. The last time I want to buy a belt at Target, that was a mistake. Didn't last worth a shit. It's the Vimes boot theory. I bought a Dickies brand belt at Tractor Supply and actually only did not pay like designer price for it. You know, it's Tractor Supply. They're not going to be that expensive. All right. I got a bunch of stuff needs to go to the house. And of course, it is chick and duckling season, and so there are big tanks set up, big stock tanks set up in the middle of the store inside a chain link stockade fence with varieties of chicks and ducklings, and people standing around them making a fuss about the chicks and ducklings. Because of course, you know, baby animals, baby birds, everybody gets kind of wiggy about the baby birds. All right, I gotta get a new animal shed put in here. I have just recently popped the account for getting one of these sheds up to large for auto harvest. You know, get it up to the 3rd level and I get the auto collector. Let me, while I am here, grab 2 of these and an egg, and I'm willing to bet that I have a pickled egg by now. I'm just going to carry on and keep my fingers crossed. We'll see what happens, see how far I get. If it goes, it goes. Fuck. Oh yeah, I had smoked fish. Let's see, let's run back down to the bin, because I now have some expensive stuff here. Okay. Cannot rush the bees. The honey will happen when the honey happens. The cheese will happen when it happens, but I can get a couple of rounds done in the course of a day. And then pop these cheeses in with the rest of the cheeses. Getting set to do a run, and that reminds me I need to make more kegs. Let's go check my hardwood supply. It's 8 o'clock. It's a reasonable time to be checking the hardwood supply, right? Hardwood is here? Hardwood is what I'm carrying, it looks like. Alright, well. What do I need to make a keg? Cask. I just need hardwood. How many can I make? 7. Tonk. There we go. Boom. We'll go place them. But not here. Okay, there we go. There's that many more. Getting close to a full house. Let's have a look at... Tell Mom you've been itching to make something in the kitchen, and oh yes, the mess will be a minimum. Here is a new thing I can make. Any squash, any dried fruit, chili, and corn, do it. And I get umita. Looks kind of like a tamale. Anything else new? We'll check out the umita in just a second. We'll see if there's anything else new. Nope. Doesn't look like it. So, this item that we just acquired that I'm about to go put in a box. Let's see, a seasoned mash of corn and squash steamed into a savory cake. Actually sounds pretty good. It's basically a mix of corn and squash. You mash corn and squash and steam it like a tamal, apparently. Neat. It reminds me, I've got pupusas in the refrigerator. I think that may be dinner, because that'll only take a minute or two, a few minutes to heat up. I have to do it in the regular oven, because the, you know what, I'm going to go on and hit save, so I get this day saved. Rather than farting around and trying to find something to do, let's... 7232. Well, yeah, the butternut squash came in, and there was just a lot of other stuff. Wow. That gets me 2/3 of the way toward a shed there, I think. Uh-oh. Oh, hey! New content! I am going out on a dock with Enza and meeting Brub. Good morning, says Brub. This raft might be the best one I've ever made. Out of curiosity, did you want a wild ride or an easy ride? I want an easy ride, thank you. Then I'm glad we went with something big and steady, says Brub. Enza so boring. Brub says, I suppose. Let's head out then. Big raft. Oh, cool animation. All aboard. That's a thing you see on trains, but okay. Row, row, row your boat. And Vuba, oh my god, I've got a fast travel to here. What a smooth ride, says Enza. She's clearly not happy about it. I'll stick to the paddleboards. Okay. Nice, big fancy tree. I wanted to thank you for showing us we're not all that different. We've noticed things changing here after the ritual in the jungle. I'm sure for the better. Oh, here comes somebody wading over from... Is that Crack? It is Crack. Hi! Everyone loved the fish you caught, and they can't wait to meet you. I carved a map of the islands for you. And I get... Map. Welcome to our home. Alright, I have made it to the Yakuan Islands. Fuck yes. Rafts. Enza has finished the idea. Now, there is, if I wade across, there is a fast travel right here. So yay rah for the fast travel. I have a whole island here to explore. What is this? The energy here is shifting. Interesting. What is this tree? It has like fruit hanging from it. Oh look, new thing. That looks like a seed patch. It's not seeding right now. There's stuff this way. Okay, folks over here that I've already met. Oh, hi! Here's some new people. Hana, I've heard about you. Nice to finally meet you. I'm Hana. Welcome to the Yakuan Islands, says Farah. And here is a raft. And there is a raft, which probably how I get from across the larger gaps. Ash, I've met you before. Rob did such a great job with your raft. I'd love to learn how to make one. I mostly just make decorations. Okay, what's up here? Ooh, I got calendula. Look at that. I got a thing. Picked up some... Let's check up here and see... Look at this place. I mean, really? This is cool. Well, trains haven't been invented yet, so they need to say all aboard for something. Yes, I'm snitching all their calendula, and I'll snitch any other crops that I can find, that I can get to. There's something fancy up there, and I kind of want to get to it, and I don't think I can. Oh, I can't get to the big fancy stuff there. Dang it. Hello. I hear the Mograni have been good neighbors. Let's look at this. The energy here is shifting. This is going to open up at some point. And this is the edge of the Mograni lands. I mean, that's just so fucking obvious. Oh Lord, I gotta get home. This is a new day, and I have yet to be out to check on the animals or the crops. So, Splishy over here and south, and let's go to the land. And I can now fast travel out here. Stream video skipping. Oh, shit. I got some dropped frames here. I'm up to 1.9%. Let me see. Hmm. Keep an eye on it just for a minute here. Um. I'm deeply concerned. I remain deeply concerned here. Okay. Animals are doing okay here. I do want to look in on... I need to talk with Crawl. Build. Small animal shed. Build. E. It needs to go here. Accept. Foomp. There we go. Alright, that's set up and going. Let's go up this way. Okay, we got through the day with Nox cutscene. Now we've got this one here. It's better now, but it was chunking for a bit while you were at the north part of the island. Okay. Good news is we didn't miss anything there. Buckwheat harvest tomorrow. Fennel, ready to harvest and planting corn where the fennel was. Cassava knowledge has increased to 2, and I'm dropping cassava and onions all over the place. Oh well. I'll have to come back and pick up all these drops. There we go, I've maxed out my buckwheat knowledge. Fantastic. There is an achievement, of course, for getting all the plant knowledge up to 5. And I have run out of corn seed. And so let's see, what have I got? Have I got cassava? Where's my cassava? There's my cassava. I don't have but 3. We're going to plant them. And then we're going to flip back over and let's go with more fennel. I don't remember what my plant knowledge in fennel is. And just can't be arsed to look it up right now. Okay, is that everything? It's cabbage, not ready yet. Okay, I'll get the cheese in a few. Alright. This, that, go in there. Calendula. It's a wildflower. I'm gonna take some of it and drop it in and see what it's worth. I'm not sure about that. Alright, back over here and start picking up the drops. Oh, and a couple of misses. There we go. time for those drops. Gotta make another trip. Why can't I hold all these onions? Yeah. I'm still seeing a few skips every now and then. It doesn't seem to be doing it right now, but I have dropped some more frames. I'm disappointed in this. There has been some network fuckery this week. It's not just local from what I can see. AT&T, Verizon, and Spectrum were all showing the same curve on the metric, which, you know, somebody was doing something on the national backbone. Now that could have been DR testing or equipment replacement, and they had to shunt over to a lower line or something. But there's all sorts of possibilities there. I am not one to speculate idly. What is going on here that I remember? Oh, you can't get bananas from the coconut tree. I have bananas. Okay. Holy shit, I have bananas. Can I plant bananas? Can I plant a banana? This is a good question. Oh, hey, I had some crop drop here. Uh-oh. Had enough crop to pick up that I couldn't pick up the pickled egg. Couldn't pick up the pickled egg. That's okay, let's see. What did I pick up? I picked up this. Okay, I only had the one spot. I gotta go in the house. It is 6:30, and I need to go in the house and unload and stuff and stuff and stuff. Okay, what all have I got? I got stuff that goes up here. Okay. Let's see. Let's go pick up the drop here. Make sure. Oh, we had a couple of. Alright, I got one space, which is all I need to pick up the cheese. It'll be two of the same quality, and then I can drop that off. Okay. Out to the down to the field. Still carrying the seed bag because it's a neutral item. Do have an empty hand I could switch to now. Now, I have a question here. Oh, damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Can't plant here. Cannot plant there. Cannot plant there. Probably have to go into the jungle to plant. Oh, bugger. Did not mean to eat the damn banana. I'm kind of irritated. We had some minor problems even all the way out here on AT&T a couple days ago. Well, if it was on the backbone, everybody would have had it. I was looking at down detector, which is not the best, but it does serve as a noise indicator. Okay, I'm going to chop that out and then plonk this here, and it doesn't plonk. Bananas may be a trade good. Alright, I'm going home. And when three major providers have a noise profile where the curves map almost exactly. I mean, it's really scary how close the curves were, and that's not supposed to happen. This is a rare thing. I'm going to put it here, and this is a new thing, so I'm going to put it here. And I still have stuff I forgot to drop off. It's only 20 at 10. I'm going to make that run down to the bin and back up one more time before I go to bed. Pop that in, pop that in. Space cleared. Hui. Anything new here? Nope. No new recipes available here. I've got 7 of these crappy wines to put in the thing, to put in the vinegar maker. And I totally flaked on putting a new egg in the pickler, and I just don't think I can care at this point. Save and go to sleep. Okay, gonna sit here on the save screen a second and see if my heat drops a little. Sorry about the repetitive bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. I have so many photos to put up on my website right now. I'm working my way through the ones from Hallpar Villa. It's taking multiple pages because I'm only, I don't want to put like all the photos on one long page. I'm breaking it up. So a lot of pages. The still got a few days of general Singapore to put to do, and then I've got all the photos and the video that I took from the the procession of lights, the paper lantern parade, and then the photos and video from the Saturday afternoon parade with all the floats and the giant puppets and everything. I've got a lot of stuff to put up. Good news being, I looked it up and I now have my website root directory mounted as a file system on my laptop, and I can just drag and drop stuff in the from one file navigator window to another to update and post and so forth. So I'm going to be shoveling a bunch of stuff over in the near future. I still want to get it all put together before I post it. I want to get each of these completely put together. I'm going to release the whole series at once. Oh, hey, if you wait a while, you start getting some flute. That's nice. Oh. Yeah, I want to get each series of photos put together and before I upload it, so that I'm not constantly updating indexes and so forth. As long as it's still in Dreamweaver, all I have to do is update the template, and all the individual photo pages get updated for like the left-hand navigation column and that sort of rot. Okay, heat has in fact eased a little bit from where we were in gameplay. 1672. Not a 7,000 day, but they're not going to be happening on a regular basis right now. The calendula, uh, they're flowers. They're nice. They're not real impressive. The fennel is getting more value to it as we go up to 89.36. Oh, is that rain? Did I hear a thunder? Let's say good morning to Bun. Oops, no, come on. Trying to say good morning to Bun. Thank you. Let us be polite and say, yes, it is raining. Okay. Let's just go through here. There's poo and poo. And there's horse poo. Okay. Horse poo gotta get dealt with. Egg gotta get dealt with. Horse poo goes in with regular poo. We've already done this before. Drop the regular poo in, drop the horse poo in, and it makes magic fertilizer. And Crawl, bless his heart, is going to be out there working on the shed regardless of the weather. I don't want to have to come back down here right now. I'm going to go on and grab that. Not sure what I'm going to be up to today. We'll see. Any of the fruit trees? No. Okay. Crawls there in the rain. Whackety whack. Don't come back. Okay. Nothing there but poo. The product is inside. And again, I'm going to take this and this. And I'm going to go and take that and leave just the star quality so that that can accumulate. Let the star quality ride, and I will go spin it all up when there's like a stack of it. As I progress, I'll get more higher quality. We've already seen that. Okay, all that goes in here, and then I've resumed this direction. Okay. Egg into pickler. Extra vinegar. And a crappy pomegranate wine. Spare vinegar in here and start making more vinegar. Pick herb. Pick herb. Poor guy does not get enough credit. He actually does know what he's doing. Let him have a turn at bat. Okay, did I just eat something? I just ate one of my herbs. Damn it. The eat on this is way too easy to accidentally select. I am complaining, yes. Okay, we have the drops again. Here we go. Cannot carry all these onions, damn it. Okay, replant that. Let's see. Hi. Yeah, well. I mean, I get that. Oh, I forgot to do the cheese. That'll get me a slot cleared. There we go. Okay, let's see. Start with picking up the dropped onions. Whatever else I can hoover up here. think that's everything. Hope that's everything. Henry, where you going with that bag of onions in your hand? Sadly, he's right. Oh, hey, I got a new thing here. Yeah, I'm working on it. The bees only make honey so fast. Chamomile. Okay. Spiffy. Alright. Talk to people. I need to cut hardwood. I need to cut a lot of hardwood. This is a good day to cut hardwood. Don't you think? Yeah. Let's flip over to the X and give it the X, the X, the X, the X, the X, the X, the X. There is a line in an old cartoon where they're making fun of the Pocahontas story, which deserves derision, as mythologized as it is. But yeah, there's at one point they've got the European at the chopping block, and the headsman is readying 57 minutes till I can go home. Oh man. Hi, Willow. And they've switched to a shot of the crowd in the stands, and they're chanting that. Give them the axe, the axe, the axe, the axe, the axe, the axe. Which is a reference to Aristophanes' The Frogs, and is a way deeper cut than you would expect from a cartoon. The chant in The Frogs is Brekkekekex Coax Coax, which is onomatopoeia. Yeah, it's like ribbit, ribbit in Greek. Okay. So yeah, I'm referencing a cartoon that's referencing a classical Greek satirical play. And if you haven't read The Frogs, I really do recommend it. The god of wine and revelry goes off into hell to bring back a decent poet because the good ones are all dead and the ones around here stink. It's worth noting that the author was probably in the audience and being addressed directly on that line. Aristophanes was fond of poking fun at himself. And so James Cameron's history. Oh yeah. So Dionysius goes off into Hades, which is not really hell. It's the afterlife. It's kind of sort of. It's not all that great, but it's not all that bad. And he rounds up two of the old legends, but and has to make a choice. He can only take back one. And so he has these two classic poets throw down in a poetry slam to see which one he's going to take back with him. Which leads to the whole joke about the little bottle of oil, as the one guy is dissing the other guy by saying that your rhymes are predictable. It translates very well into modern terms, and I would love to see somebody stage it, and like in the Bronx. Do a modern setting in the Bronx, where freestyle was invented. You could do so much with it. Oh, no more stamina. There's my problem. It wasn't a matter of not having a target. It was a matter of I'm too beat to continue banging around with an axe. I think you could do a really fun staging with it in putting it in modern terms. I mean, it's got everything. It's got an epic poetry slam. You could do it as a rap battle. It's got fart jokes. It's got everything. You know. Already spoke with you today. Already spoke with all of you today. Let's swing around to over here and see who is in here. Probably a few people, yes. Some people I need to speak with. Including Knock, who I want to advance so I can get to the next cutscene. I've never finished out the whole plot line with Knock, and I am kind of pursuing that now. And it requires talking with a lot of people. Mostly Knock. But yeah. One of the cool things about being a historian is some of the cool stuff in primary sources that I end up reading. Uh-oh. Whew. I hate it when it goes silent. It makes me twitch. It makes me think I'm about to heat out, you know? I'm trying to think if there was anything else I can do in these last few minutes. I'm out of stamina. I mean, I can go pick some herbs here. I think I've already gathered what seed there is to gather. Let's go put away stuff here. I'm gonna huck the chamomile. No, I'm not. It won't go into the pantry. It can't, it goes over here. Oh, I already had some. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I still have milk. Let's see if the cheese is ready to turn. Yes, it is. Okay, 16. Coming along, coming along. Let's go on and start laying out the cheeses. And I can use the herb for the trigger to start the actual process. Okay, so I've got it that far. I'm kind of wanting to wait until I've got an entire shed full and then run it all at once just to see how much, just see what happens. It's going to be a heck of a thing. Okay, probably no new food. I don't think I've added anything at all to this today. Yeah. Let's go on and save here. $14.67. good day. A good day. No doubt. Which brings me up to 10,000, which means I can pay Crawl. Oh, what do we got? Ooh, we have a cutscene. We are at the Pacha tree. Out in the jungle, Bra says they were right here. The day of the eclipse. What did you see again, Sisfuak? 3 glowing little animals. He's kind of torqued about it. Maybe I didn't after all. I'm going to tell him I think you did. You think so? I hope I see them again. Maybe one day, says Vuak. For now, let's head back. And here comes Toe. What a cute little human. And Don. I can't wait until he's ready for our challenges. It's a good thing we claimed him already. They already called dibs on the kid. Glip says, don't be so sure. I told you we need to be more careful around him. In any case, we're not here for that. This tree is now part of your clan, Trella, and it'll grow powerful fruit. Yummy, tasty fruit. Ah. Glip needs to be a little less tight-assed. You'll still have to prove you're worthy of it. Oh, lordy. By, if you say contributing, by doing stuff. Okay, so I gotta generate some points here. Well, it's 7 a.m. Let's go generate some points. Starting with, what all do I have here? I got some fish. And Crawl has finished building the small animal shed, which means I can now go sing to chickens. Let's see, what have I got here? Here is some parsley. Where is my flute? Here is my flute. Ooh, I muffed that last line. I only got one heart out of that one. Okay, double heart on the chick. Let's go for this one. I'm going to tune as many as I can. Okay, there's another one over here. Oh, okay. That's 4 animals. Alright, fine. Switch to the seed bag and go pick amaranth. Okay, and I've got a full load. Here we go. Okay. This, and this in there, and oh, this. And then I'm keeping that and that, and head up this way. Let's see how things are going. We have 1 and 1. Okay, fine. What's it gonna take to get this upgraded? Here's some magic compost. Let us talk with Crawl. I'm not great at emotions, but you do a lot for all of us. I'm proud of you. Wow. Upgrade building. No. I want the next one. Take it up to a medium animal shed. Do it. Accept. Small animal shed to a medium animal shed. Cool. We'll go on and start work on upgrading it. Pull that. Pull that. This goes in there. Pull this. Look and see. Okay, here are some garbanzos. So I'll go on and pick the garbanzos, and I start dropping garbanzos. Of course I do. Alright, time to go on. Oh, and there's cabbages. 3 big fat cabbages, looking really nice. That reminds me, I have... Oh, no, I don't want to gift this. He's kind of uncertain about it. Not what I wanted to do. And give me back my star quality garbanzo. But anyway. Excuse me. Sorry. Kind of snuck up on me. Trying to keep things arranged kind of by zone here. There's a thing in sustainable agriculture about zones. Okay, I got a couple of better quality cheeses here. Bip, bip. Okay. And out and around, and we'll grab the fertilizer here, and I'm going to put the magic fertilizer right here. Zip. The spring was made. Oh, is there a story I'm supposed to tell? No, damn it, I went and ate another thing. Oh well. Not sure what I ate. Okay, all that can go in there. That can go in there for that matter. Alright, 12:25 p.m. and I am still in need of hardwood. Plus, there's all sorts of stuff to do in the caves. First, I'm going to take this sucker down. I love how it falls right there and misses everything. Okay, and this one over here. Okay. You know what? Rather than banging around looking for some of the stuff I'm just gonna go to the jungle and rack up more points. Now the Thriftway Grocery, which is the kind of a Washington State local chain, Ralph's Thriftway, has a Mexican food window at in the deli section, and they have both hot stuff to go, rather a nice assortment of empanadas, but they also have stuff packaged and in go containers to take home that you can then reheat. And I have 2 pupusas with mango salsa and pickled red cabbage. That's going to be, I think, lunch. I think it's going to be dinner tonight, actually. Realizing that I have not made any plans for dinner. I was going to originally make it a lunch, but I think that's going to be a dinner tonight. I love a good pupusa. Oh my god. We came so close. There was only one barrier to our moving to Mexico instead of Olympia, Washington, and that was my job. I was told, no, the job has to be done within the boundaries of the United States for legal reasons. You cannot take your job to Mexico. Like, well, shit. We have, thankfully, a really nice assortment of Mexican food here in Olympia. There's a fairly strong Michoacan presence. You get a lot of birria and that sort of thing. And some interesting regional fusion stuff. A place called Equal Latin that we go to whenever we can afford it. They're not cheap, but they're really good. And the chef is originally from a Jaliscano, but he spent several years in Michoacan State before coming to the U.S. to open his restaurant, and it's done interesting things for his recipes. Oh, absolutely tasty. Whew. They have the best mole in the city that we found so far. Middle kid got it and pronounced it equal to the homemade that he was getting when the Latina he was dating at one point took him over to introduce him to her mama. Yeah, they were getting kind of serious, and then things they got weird. Of course, middle kid is the one who's at the table of 25 other people, the only white guy at the table, and the waiter comes up, looks at him, and says, "So what do you want?" He says, "Let me have a mango margarita with chopped fresh jalapeno in, and a Italian rim." And the waiter looks at the middle kid, and looks at the table, and is like, "Okay, you're in the right place. You know what you're doing." 5:50 p.m. Yeah, it helps that we lived in Chicago for about 10 years. And Chicago has a very strong, well, everything presence. Uh, Living in Chicago, it gets you a lot more, a lot more cultural exposure than, say, living in Nashville, Tennessee. Chicago, the Presence City. Yeah, it's a cool place. Of course, it got its nickname of the Windy City, originally as a derogatory nickname because people from Chicago wouldn't shut up about it. No, absolutely not. I'm sure he is. Okay, let's go talk to people. Oh boy, Garrick is all the way at 10 flowers. I've been in a partnership with Garrick. Oh hey, thank you. I'll find a use for them. I get that. Okay. Talk to people, talk to people, talk to people. Nobody was saying come back later and we'll hang out, so we move on. I got some herbs. I got some herbs. What kind of herbs I got? I got some willow bark. Willow bark is useful. Makes fever medication. Problem with using willow bark, I had a friend from Chicago who also wouldn't shut up about it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we lived there for 10 years, and there's so much that happens. I think one of the things I miss most is Devon Market. We lived within walking distance of it for a couple years. It was a Balkan market that had branched out into some other stuff. They had an entire aisle of stuff. Well, they had 15 different flavors of pierniczki, all these Polish goodies and such, and they baked their own Balkan bread. And it was like the Garrison Keeler routine. I'm riffing, by the way, for a second while I'm kind of in pause mode to see if my heat will come down just a second. It would be nice if it would. Um, the thing Garrison Keeler threw in for powder milk biscuits and the brown paper bag with the dark stains that are the sign of freshness, that's true. They baked the Balkan bread in a convection oven right behind the customer service pen, and so it was at the kind of the end of the loop around the store. You came in right into this cloud of the aroma of baking bread blowing out of the oven from the other side of the bullpen, And then you made your loop around the store through produce and canned goods, etc. And eventually came around to where the bread was. And if you, yeah, at certain times of the day, you get there, and not only is there a rack of big round loaves of fresh baked Balkan bread in brown paper bags, but they're still warm, and the bags have the dark stains that are the sign of freshness. We ate a lot of Balkan bread because, I mean, it's fresh baked bread sitting right there in a brown paper bag. Of course, you're going to pick up a loaf as you go by. Just amazing stuff. And despite the fact that I'm rattling on, the heat is reducing. Sneaky marketing. Oh, hey, they weren't sneaky up at all about it. It was very much the movie theater trick of putting the popcorn machine under the intake. Um, they knew that the smell from the oven was blowing out across and hitting people coming in. They positioned it that way. Overt marketing, absolutely. And I mean, yeah, it's obvious what they were doing, but you're still going to pick up a loaf of the bread as you go by. You know. Learn to make sandwiches on odd sized slices cut from a round loaf. Okay. Let's see. It's only 8:25. I feel ridiculous going to bed at 8:30. What have I got? Here is some boar fur. Let's go on and spin the boar fur. That's 5. That's enough to be worth actually going and doing. The perfect marketing strategy. Oh yeah. You sell the sizzle, not the steak. And what you're smelling, what you're selling is what you're smelling in this case. Okay. Skip that joke. Alright, move on. The bear claws could go down here, really. I need to carry a few of them, but I don't need to be carrying that many of them, and I've got a fair amount of hardwood here. Oh, excuse me. Let's make 5. Tunk. That still leaves me some hardwood. And go plonk these into the shed. Here we go. One goes here. And then there we go. And can I cheese them? No, not yet. Once they're all cheesed, then we'll herb them and set them into motion. Like IKEA's placement to the cafeteria. Oh, absolutely. It is right at the point where you want to sit down and you're ready to get something to eat. It is very carefully placed in the path that you're going to take through the store. And then you've got a tummy full of good Swedish food, and you go downstairs and you check out, and lo and behold, here's all the food you just had ready to take home in another market out past the main register. Costco too. Oh yeah. Costco, though, I'm irritated at because they are selling a different chicken bake in the freezer section than they are in at the cafe. The chicken bakes at the Costco snack bar are good foot-long, solid items with flat ends. Um, like the size and shape of a Subway sandwich roll. The chicken bakes in the frozen section in the box are shorter and torpedo shaped. They are pointy at the ends. They are smaller. They are not quite as good. They are selling a better quality chicken bake at the snack bar than they are in the frozen section. It's not the same supplier. 1347. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. And the chicken bakes at the snack bar are like $2. And it's a huge amount of food. Woohoo! We got a new baby. We got a new baby. We got a new little ibex here. And we will find out what we got in just a minute here. I'm excited for Mediterranean. Oh, yes. We've got some absolutely brilliant Mediterranean here. Um, that's Spouse's absolute favorite cuisine. Mine is Mexican, hers is Mediterranean, and finding that winter has hit. Here we go. I've been promising winter, and here it is, and I completely forgot to cut the pasture last night. Oh well. We'll do just fine. I've got a large. It is also snowing, which means animals may or may not be coming out. We'll see what happens. I have all sorts of crap to clear, but it's going to wait because first I got to go plant. And before I can plant, I need to clear, so we'll just grab this and go zippity zip through all this. Now, Nashville does have some really good Mediterranean cuisine. Um, you want to look for the cheap hero places rather than the fancy ones. You want top quality Greek food, really fine dining. Best I've had is in Chicago. And the second best was in Floyd County, Virginia, at a little bitty hole in the wall on the side of a country road. A place called Dino's. The avgolemono was always better when Dino's wife made it. Dino was really an excellent cook, but his wife made better avgolemono. One year for our anniversary, we went to a really upscale Greek place in Chicago, Lennon and Crystal. They had an avgolemono that was so rich it could have been dessert. It was just fucking amazing. I think the best regional food to be found around here is probably Burmese. Their pizzas and hot dog are the ones right out of the freezer. Don't know why they would do that with the chicken bakes. No idea. I really miss exploring to find those kinds of places. That was our dating ritual. One of the things I did when we were dating that won my wife over was taking her to a Greek place. And give me just a second to think about recurring. There aren't any recurring plants in the winters. Silly me. Okay, go on and just pull the pin, and then I'll start planting. And I'm just going to plant until I run out. I was working at Kinko's Copies at the time, which is now FedEx Office. And this is in the early days of the Mac. I started up typesetting services at Kinko's using the Mac, doing desktop publishing for a living. And one of the things I did was I did the menus for a Greek restaurant. I was the only place in town they could find that could typeset in Greek as well as in English. Really, it's not financially feasible anymore. Yeah, I know the feeling. So I did the menus for this Greek place, and the owner told me, "Come by sometime, and bring a couple friends. You want to come by on a Friday night? We got a bit of a show." I'm like, "Cool." So on a Friday night, I took my spouse to be to this Greek restaurant. There is a bouzouki band. There is a dancer. We have souvlaki. We have not souvlaki. What's the flaming cheese appetizer? You know, the one they throw a shot of ouzo over it and flame it at the table. We have that. We have some fancy stuff. And at the end, they bring the bill, and I sign my name on it, and they take it away. All I had to do was sign for it. I was owed a dinner for the menus. And that was one of those things, where I managed to set up in advance to do something that was kind of cool. Took some work, but it was worth it. Trading stuff out, people forget about barter. I had free meals at more than the Greek place for doing, giving them a price break on typesetting menus and shit. I mean, if you've got a skill that you can trade out, hell, doing barter has gotten me some interesting shit over the years. I've talked before about the homeschooling conference in Illinois that I used to go to. The first year that I taught a class on how to make chainmail, the class sessions filled up in minutes when they went live online. I had to tell an awful lot of kids, I'm sorry, but I just don't have enough tools to go around to pull up any more chairs. And yeah, let's see, we could totally go back to that kind of economy. My father is an utter and complete asshole and a racist to boot, but he was a master of the three-way finagle. He got an awful lot of stuff done, but trading stuff around. If you don't know what the three-way finagle is, it's when you have a thing that person A needs, person A has the thing that person B needs, and person B has the thing that you need. And you work it out so that you trade person A a thing for them to do the thing for person B so that they do the thing for you. My father was a master at that. I think my dad was a loan shark. Oh, yeah. That's not so great. Sorry. Now, it did mean that occasionally my father had some odd stuff sitting around. At one point, he had a semi-trailer about half full of school desks. He ended up trading a large number of them for something else, and I don't remember what. Alright, getting a lot of clearing done here, which is good. Easier to do in the winter, I think. I'm not sure. I don't have the tall grass to deal with, just the scrubby weeds. Alright, we have made it into winter, and it is 7 o'clock, and I'm going to go running low on stamina, and I'm going to go see what's going on at the hearth. Oh, hey, here's the kid we just spoke with. You know, kid's got a point. Oh, shirt. Hold on a second. Come on, not right at the end of the stream. Come on. Back down, back down. Let's put it on pause a second. I am really anxious for the exhaust fan. Dad built houses, owned storage units, a junk store, a used furniture store. Every damn person in town knew him. Heh. Alright, let's go on and finish this. It's kind of sitting here. Let's go and just talk to people real quick, get the day done, and people I need to talk with. Okay. I'm going to call this game day early and go to the closure screen so that I can make it through here. We made it to winter. We made it to winter. I'm going to save and go to sleep. I'm going to sleep early tonight. Okay. Well, didn't contribute today. Fine. It's first of winter. That's life. Saved. And yeah, we're going to have a new thing here. We're going to have all sorts of new stuff here. I'm going to go out to the main menu here. I've babysat this laptop through enough. So, thank you so very much for being here, Willow and Alice specifically, and everybody else who's been here. I'm seeing a pretty good viewer count here. Thank you all for being here. If you have enjoyed this stream, the previous episodes with less overheating are at the URL in your lower right. There's also rather a lot of Minecraft there. There's some other games. Speaking of other games, community schedule in the upper left is for the stream team. There's multiple streamers, multiple types of games, platformers, horror games, you name it, it's probably on the schedule. Stuff happening every day of the week. I will be back on Saturday morning, inshallah, with the next episode of Stellaris. Old Man Yells at Void Cloud. That will be at 8 a.m. Pacific Time this forthcoming Saturday. working my way through learning how to play one of the more complex games out there. And I'll be back on Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Pacific Time with Roots of Pacha as we proceed into our first winter with full on agriculture. We've got 3 different animal sheds. We're about to bring in chickens, and we've got irrigation, all sorts of stuff happening. And there's iron in the caves. So until next week, safe journey, space fans, wherever you may be.